I don't know who said it, but fire is light, water is heavy. If you become heavy, you've strayed from the path. How do we create willpower? And why should we create it? Well, your ability to be conscious and to sustain it and deepen it is directly proportional to your willpower. In order to develop willpower, we take something very small, something that we can put aside quite easily. And it has to be something very small, because if we take on something too large, then it'll overcome our willpower and we'll fail, which the false part of us, the reptilian brain, really wants us to do, because it wants to maintain the status quo. It's quite happy with the way things are. It has no wish for consciousness. It sees consciousness as taking its space or invading it. So we take a very small thing. It could be as simple as not having a sweetie or something. And we are successful with that little thing. Then, when we're able to manage putting aside this little thing, and we have to, of course, bind the effort into producing consciousness, because the aim is to use putting aside these things and developing willpower in order to be more conscious. So we have the cause and the effect of the trying to stop something and the difficulty of overcoming it, and we have the third mediating idea of doing it for a reason, the reason being to become more conscious. So once we're able to take a very small thing and manage it, we take on something a little more difficult. And same process. We continue with this until such times as it becomes habitual. Then we can either resume it as previously, or if it's something we're quite happy with leaving behind, just leave it behind. And we work on in this way, taking on slightly bigger things, until we feel that our willpower is strong enough to take on something quite large. This can be something, for example, smoking, which for some people is a very difficult thing to take on, and probably too large to take on to begin with. It's one of the things that the false side of us would have us try to take on, because it wants us to fail. It wants the status quo. Willpower is the resultant of all of the different little sides of us who want very different things being united in a common aim. Generally, one thing wants one thing, one part wants another, and so on. By getting them together in a common aim to overcome some small things and working progressively towards larger things, all the while using this effort in order to work on consciousness, eventually one has a willpower which is sufficiently unified to remember to produce consciousness and to sustain it and deepen it for much longer periods of time. Remember to keep it light. Bye-bye.